G'day kids, Ozzie here. Happy Halloween!
Trick or treat!
Sorry kids, I hope I didn't scare you. That's just Ozzie playing about and getting into the theme of Halloween, which is lots and lots of fun. It's not actually that scary. I would also guess that a lot of you kids may have even got dressed up yourself and gone trick-or-treating on Halloween before. Now we're gonna get stuck into the super fun part. We're gonna learn how to carve a pumpkin and make our very own jack-o'-lantern. G'day kids, Ozzie here. Now this is going to be super fun because today we're gonna learn how to carve this pumpkin and turn it into our very own jack-o'-lantern ready for Halloween. So where do we start? Well, a good place to start is to get your very own nice big orange pumpkin. Now's the fun part for you kids to get involved. This is where you get creative. Now, we want to turn this pumpkin into a jack-o'-lantern, which is usually a face. Now there's thousands of different faces like these ones. So as you can see, they don't all have to be scary. You can do fun ones, lovable ones, cute ones, but you can also do really scary ones if you really want to. So once you've decided what kind of face you want to draw on your pumpkin and turn it into your own jack-o'-lantern, you need to draw it on the pumpkin. Looks like fun to me. I think it's going to look a whole lot better once we cut it out. But before we cut it out, we need to cut the top of the pumpkin out and then start scooping all that inside out. So I'm just going to draw a little circle around the top, just as a guide on where we're going to cut. So that's roughly where we're going to cut the top of this pumpkin. I'm going to take one of the sharp knives. I like to use one with a serrated edge. But again, kids, the knife work is only for the grown-ups. All right, so once you've cut all around that circle, you should be able to gently and carefully lift that out and check this out. Oh yeah! Look at all that guts and inside come out of there. All right, so we're just going to clean that off. I'm actually just going to cut that off because I'm going to use the lid to put back on the top of the pumpkin when I'm finished. So I'm going to put that to the side. Right, now this is the fun part where you kids can get involved. So there's lots and lots of gooey seeds and pumpkin insides. Yeah! So you can pop that in there. Now, one thing you can do is you can chuck that out. You can put it in the compost bin, feed worms, or you can separate the seeds and you can maybe even try and grow your own pumpkins. That'd be fun. Right, so you get as much as you can out using your hands, and then you're probably going to need to use a spoon to scrape it all off the sides. So I'm going to try with this small spoon for starters. Oh, yummy! I think that looks pretty good. So that's nice and clean in there. You can pick out any more strands as we're going. It's not a big issue. But I think we are ready now to start cutting into that face. Okay, so we're going to take one of the sharp knives again. And a grown-up, this is where you kids can just sit back and relax and watch it all happen. The grown-up is going to cut, and you cut on the outside of the line, okay, so that line disappears. It'll fall out with the shape that we're cutting. And again, look, it doesn't matter if you're not perfectly neat. There we go. You see that? The last thing we really need to do is to turn it into a jack-o'-lantern. It needs to have a source of light. So let me just get my lights. So I'm going to use a real little candle, a tea light candle. So safely, very safely, or preferably just get a grown-up to light that. And then very carefully, I'm going to pop it inside here. Okay, and then you take your lid, which I've just cleaned up there. I've just taken the black line off there. I'm just going to place that carefully on top. That should just balance in there like that. And there we have Ozzie's little jack-o'-lantern. So there, how good is that? Glowing, nice and bright. You can see the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. He looks a little bit scary, but he's a little bit fun. And how good will he look sitting on the front porch or the front balcony out the front of your house somewhere, or even just indoors to decorate your house during Halloween. So there we go, kids. That's our jack-o'-lantern. We did do another one, so I'm just going to clear this out of the way and show you another one that we created. How good is this guy? So here's one that we've prepared just earlier. I'm going to put these guys side by side. All right, so there are a couple of differences with this one. You notice that there's no hole in the top. That's because we did it from the bottom. So that's another method that you can do, and that allows that to look a bit neater at the top than this guy. Personal preference. Also, this really cool option here, you can cut his whole mouth out, right? And then just create teeth, whatever size, however many you want, and then use toothpicks. You then put them in wherever you want them, however many you want. You just squash them in like that, and that's his teeth. And that's how we've created the eyeballs as well. So it gives you a little bit more flexibility. You don't have to cut it out in one piece. So a couple of different options there. Another different thing is you can use an LED light, just like that. So we're going to stick that underneath this pumpkin. And there we have two awesome jack-o'-lanterns. So how cool do they look? All nice and glowing. You get a bit of a different color from the LED light, a bit of a warmer, more of a flickering glow from the tea light candle. But hey, they both look awesome. So there you go, kids. That's an introduction on how to carve your own pumpkin and create your own jack-o'-lantern. Ozzie's got a lot of work to do until I can carve as good as those people, but hey, it's not bad for a first effort. Kids, enjoy having a go yourself with your grown-up. Make sure that they do all the knife work, but it's a super fun project. One more thing before I go. If you take some of this leftover pumpkin, some of the guts that you took out of it, it's a bit gross, but it's a bit of fun. And you just put it coming out of his mouth. What does it look like? Looks like he's just eaten too much candy, too many lollies on Halloween, and he's had a little spew. Make sure that's not you. So there you go, kids. So much fun to be had. Enjoy your pumpkin carving. Happy Halloween, and until next time, stay keen.
Ozzie, 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 oi! Ozzie is a friend of yours and he's a friend of mine.